Hello everybody. Today I decided to do some quote-unquote shopping at a Chevy store. Lots to look at. Haven't been to a Chevy store in quite some time. I know they are discontinuing a lot of their cars, actually most of their cars for that matter, just focusing on crossovers like that. I think it's the Blazer, I could be wrong, trucks, and whatever their family SUVs are. But I'm gonna walk around, see what I can find, try to make this entertaining. So it's only natural that I would be drawn to the Chevy Impala, this particular 2014 model, although they have not changed since introduction of this body style. Don't remember what year they were running, but I know they've been discontinued as of, I think, this year, 2020. And at some point I did contemplate about buying either a new Impala or a used Impala. And if I did, it would be in this color combination, this black on black. It is unlocked, so we'll be going inside. I love that badge. And this particular one is exactly the one that I would be interested in, which is, let me walk around, sneak in between, which is the LTZ. So it's the fully loaded one. And I think like the last iteration, they had a Premier as their most fully loaded. But basically, this is the quite essential full-size American sedan. And that's what I'm attracted to. Man, look at this chrome. Look at this reflection. Nice. So, as a previous owner of a 2010 Buick LaCrosse, I can say that it shares some of its features. Still, check this out. Jumping inside. Nice and comfy. Nice and comfy. All right, the batteries work, so I can adjust the seat a little bit. All right, where do I begin? Wood grain. It still has the wood grain. Now, this upper material is not wood grain, but this down material is, and it's auto down, not up. You have the wood steering wheel. It's not a full-blown wood steering wheel like I love. I don't know why they couldn't make the wood go all the way around here, but you know what? I take it. If this is the way they thought about to modernize, fine, so be it. Not as much wood. I'll take it. Down here, surprisingly, no blank switches. Wow, that's new. All right, you have your trunk, parking, lane departure, parking brake down here. You have this cubby, yep. I had something similar on the LaCrosse, so that's a carryover. Heated steering wheel. Cruise control with radar guidance. Nice. You have very simple looking gauges. I'm actually surprised why or how they are simple like that, but you know, fine, I'll take it. Display. All right, good. You have down here, what do you got? I think this button. All right, well, anyway, if there was power to the car, which there's no key, so why wouldn't there be? There you go. Yeah, so you see it is a color. It's got 70,000 miles. So if there was power. Oh, there you go. So now it works. See, that's what I was talking about. I think this feature was introduced in Cadillac CTS a while back, and it made its way here. So, come on. There you go. So I like that. It's not bad. Very basic. I wonder if this radio is going to turn on. Some cars have that, some don't. So, no. Oh, okay, now it does. My Chevy Link, see? Nice and big. And touch screen. None of that weird controls. So it has, you know, yeah, it's a little ancient, but I think the modern systems that they put in Chevys now are pretty similar to this. So you got all your presets. Got, I don't know what these arrows do. But anyway, you get the idea. It does have the nav. I don't know if it's standard. Yeah, okay, it's there. So maybe because it's a fully loaded one. Cubby, probably not an ashtray. This is pretty ridiculous, these buttons, the plus and the minus, but at least there's no paddle shifters. I think in these large cars, I don't want to have paddle shifters. I mean, if that's what they wanted to do, fine. Here, cooled, heated seats. For some reason, traction control is in the middle, but oh well. No, armrest is nice, actually. The armrest is nice and cushy. Can't complain. Leather seats are a bit harsh, but you know, they're okay. Considering that this car did not cost, you know, 50 grand when it was new, Yeah, it's got soft padded material. It does have this dual pane moonroof, same like I had on my LaCrosse. And these buttons right here, you can control the shade and the slide, and it probably tilts up too. You have your home link, OnStar. I don't know who subscribes to OnStar now, but I like this. I like the little swoop that the dash makes. I think it comes with a 3.6 liter engine, same as on a LaCrosse. But I think on the LaCrosse it made 280 horsepower. On this, I think if it's a V6, it's I think 300 something. So yeah, this is nice. It probably, I'm pretty sure, it has a giant trunk. And I can't imagine it not to for a full-size platform. Yeah, look at this. Look at this trunk. It's huge. Oh, I love this trunk liner. Look, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of cars that I like. And I don't know why they discontinue cars. I mean, just make something. I got flags in here. Well, this color combination I find strange. If it's a black seat, why is this brown? Why couldn't this be white or silver or any other color? Look, you got rear vents. I don't know why there's a hole here and what you would put here, but okay, I guess. The grain on the leather is not that soft and comfortable. Town Car does have it better. But you have all your essentials. You have plenty of room. Plenty. I got a little bit of wood down here too. Auto down, not up. Yeah, that's all you need in a nice, comfortable car. And I think if American manufacturers figured out a way how to make cars better instead of just discontinuing them, I think they could still sell some. So it is unfortunate that this car is going away. I almost feel like now the Chrysler 300 is literally the last, pseudo-American car based on a German old platform. But I love these Impalas, and I wish they didn't discontinue them. So continuing exploring on a Chevy lot, here's this 2012 Chevy Malibu, which doesn't really present itself very well. I think the design hasn't really aged well. But the reason why I want to spend some time talk about it is I remember not so long ago, I was a much younger person, and I rented plenty of these things. These things were a rental car special. Let me try to move away from it. By the way, this is the result of that derecho that came through our town and broke a bunch of trees. Look at this giant tree just snapped off. Looks like somebody tried cutting it and then they couldn't, or they're waiting for a pickup. So that's kind of what the derecho did to our area. So here you go. Chevy Malibu LT. So I think it's the one above the base. And yeah, we used to rent these exact cars, but they were full-size cars, quote unquote full-size cars for car rental fleet. They are not full-size cars. Impalas are, but we didn't have Impalas for some reason. But we have plenty of these Malibus. They were a couple years older than 2012, but still, nonetheless. And just jumping in here gives me nostalgia. Not because it's such a wonderful car. It's not. But because of these gauges. I remember how they light up blue. I remember these switches. I also remember this trim piece right here. So we just looked at the Impala and kind of how it sweeps around. This car has it too. I think it's like the Chevy throwback to some design they had in the past. But this trim right here, it still comes off the same way. And I'm not applying a lot of pressure. Look, one finger. This trim still comes off so easily on this car. And this piece squishes in so easily, where so many of these trims in a car rental fleet were falling off, because I don't know if people were playing with these things or what, but the design was nice. They kind of tried to throw it all together and then kind of meet with this line, but there's such a big gap right here. So it's again, I just remember these things. Now here's some blank switches. I don't know what kind of switches these are. I also got a cubby right here. It must be a Chevy thing at some point. Yeah, cruise control. You have your volume control. I think that's what made it a quote-unquote LT with little extra features. This storage. People used to leave their cell phones in the storage all the freaking time, and they had to chase us after it. All right, no lights. No lights there. But yeah, you got your super basic radio. I remember that info. Yep. All of it is coming back. I think on the higher up trim, I think they did have heated seats as an option, but we never had those. Yeah, very nice. Yep. There you go. 123,572 miles. Also, here's another piece of trivia. Okay, so this, I don't know why they made this thing so that it closes, but this trim right here, see? It's so easy to lift this, and like I said, people would either play with them or break them, or they would just break on their own. So then this trim would always fall off. So the shifter would stay, but it would all wobble by the time we try to sell these cars later on. So you have a 2-tier thing right here. And that's kind of where people would fall victim to car rental practices. All right, so the seat does travel pretty far back, so all right, so this is probably how I would adjust it if I were to drive it. And you have this little shifter there, and people would fall victims to it because they expect a full-size car, but in reality, it's not. So back here, first of all, you have a hump. I'm not sure why you have such a big hump. It's not an all-wheel drive car, but all right, you got cup holders and whatever this shelf is for. Yeah, like I'm 5'11" and I'm okay, but people who want a quote-unquote full-size car quickly realize it is not a full-size car. You cannot put 5 people in here comfortably, especially the middle poor bastard is gonna feel it. There's no cup holders, there's no armrest down here, which also proves that it's not a full-size car. It's more on the economy side. And also that trim, that silver trim, does not come down here. So anyway, so that's kind of the cheaper version. So I like how they sculpted out this middle portion, so it does give some room, but in general, for all practical purposes, it's not a full-size car. And also down here, the trunk is decent, but it's not a full-size decent. It's just decent. So all right, let's look at something else. And just for the heck of it, let's look at the interior of a 2017 Malibu that I found unlocked, and then I'll look outside. So, I mean, door-wise, same deal. They still have that design, as you can see, that kind of swoops around, but it's a little less pronounced now. They don't have any trim pieces right here or anything else. So, what's up with this fuzzy material? Okay, that's new. I don't know what's up with that. And then look at that. The button is like facing on an angle. That's weird. It's a weird design. Like your hand doesn't, like it hits here. It naturally doesn't fall there. That is just such a weird design. All right, well, it's got auto stop feature. This is a base model, so it's missing. I think some of these buttons can be turned into a radar cruise control and a heated seat, but this one doesn't. How about tiny little auto lights control? They got rid of the box, the storage bin here. All right, let's see. Does this clock, or I mean, does this radio turn on? No. Or I don't know, maybe it does. Who knows? Oh, something. There you go. Oh, this one only got 26,000 miles. But you see, even from that Impala, it's the same type of deal. They stick it in all GM cars these days. Nav? Yeah, this one doesn't have the nav. It's probably an option. You can stick in there an SD card. So yeah, basic. Once again, it was basic back then. It's basic now. Got a shelf down here. Same type of shifter as on that Impala we just looked at. I think on a higher up model, this can be had as a wireless charger. Without it, it's just a cubby for your phone. Back seats are okay. Yeah, I like this. I like the gas pedal is like so sporty, but the brake pedal is not. So I don't know if it's somebody bolted that on after the fact or. So anyway, no sunroof here either. OnStar. So once again, nothing to cry home about. Let's see how this car looks outside. It looks okay. It's not that nice looking. I mean, neither was that, so I guess they just left it alone. So 2019. Well, really nothing special, honestly. Besides this Impala, I don't see any reason to come to this dealership. Now, I think they have all their new stuff is on the other side. But what's their new stuff? They have a Camaro. They have the Trail, not Trailblazer. Oh, no, I think they actually do have a Trailblazer, but they have a Blazer. And then they have Tahoe and Suburban. Oh, and the Traverse. All the SUVs. Let's see, is this Blazer unlocked? Yeah, all right, it is unlocked. So what do you get in this Blazer? What's so blazing about it? So first of all, gauges are from that Malibu we just looked at, so that's not blazing enough. What do you get? You have these controls from a Camaro, heated seats. It smells like somebody smoked in here for a little bit. And what do you get here? Almost $39,000 for 2 LT cloth all-wheel drive. I don't think anybody is going to buy this car, to be honest with you. I mean, I could be wrong. I do wish them success, because then if Chevy goes out of business, then that's not good. It's okay. It's the same thing. Glove box. Okay. Is this not weird? Traction control and glove box button, same like area. Then your auto stop start and the hazards are in the same area. I don't know. To me, that means nothing. Like, that's just so weird. If anything, then they could have put one here and one here. But anyway, I don't know. Car designers are freaking weird. I don't know. I'm not sold. I'm also not sold that almost 40 grand car should have these very grainy cloth seats. You know, the more I visit dealerships, the more I look at what's new out there in the world. Sorry, losing focus. The less and less I want to actually trade this car for anything. And I'm talking like new cars. Like, there's got to be something wrong with me if I would rather drive a 14, soon to be 15-year-old relic than to trade up to like a new whatever. I don't know. So anyway, this was a look at some new and not so new Chevys. Can't say that I'm excited for any one of them. And I'm going back to my cocoon of serenity. Thank you, everybody.